Hello, I'm Andrew Pritchard. Thank you for watching today's Northeast Regional Forecast, brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions. We'll start off looking at a snapshot look here at the Week 1 precipitation anomalies, so taking us through May 24th. If we focus in on the Northeast region, it's near average for most folks, but maybe a little wetter than average to the north and a little drier than average to the south. If we look at the Week 2 anomalies, so May 24th through the end of the month of May here, we get a slightly different look, but near average off to the north with some opportunities for higher than average precipitation here across the southern portions of the Northeast region. That's because we've got an area of high pressure off to the southeast, pumping Gulf of Mexico moisture northward into the central U.S. Here we've got the development of repeated rounds of low pressure, repeated areas of low pressure generating repeated rounds of heavy rain and thunderstorms across the central U.S. And these will kind of ride the the clockwise flow around that area of high pressure into the Northeast region. So that's where the heaviest precipitation certainly focused off towards the central United States, but where we pick up the opportunity for some heavier than normal precipitation in areas here as we head into the last part of May. Your temperature forecast, the temperature anomalies over the next 5 days, so taking us Friday through Tuesday of next week. We obviously, we can see that pattern here, the area of high pressure off to the southeast. This is our battleground here, the clash of the air masses where we've got repeated rounds of thunderstorms developing here. Over the next 5 days, a little warmer than average across much of the Northeast, maybe near average off to the north across Maine. If we look at the next 6 to 10 days, though, May 23rd through May 27th, again, that area of high pressure to the southeast, clockwise flow around that, and we pick up a little bit warmer than average temperatures here across much of the Northeast region. We'll take a closer look here, a more high-resolution look at the next 3 days of precipitation here from the high-resolution NAM model. Starting off on Friday, we've got some light shower activity making its way through parts of the Northeast region. But as we play this out, this first storm system exits, and then we look towards the west, towards Sunday for the next round of maybe some showers and storms, and then a much larger storm system looms at the end of this loop off to the west. And this could bring some rain and thunderstorms to the area as we get into the early part of the week. So through the weekend, just spotty chances for maybe some light precipitation, most frequently or most heavy off to the north. Total precipitation here, not talking about any soaking rains here, but maybe as much as an inch maybe off to the north, but probably talking more like a few tenths to half of an inch across much of the Northeast region, but drier here as you head towards the south. Now that does change as we head into next week, of course, with the opportunities for some of these storm systems to track from the Midwest into the Northeast region. So wetter towards the north for the next 3 to 4 days, but then opportunities for portions of the southern region of the Northeast to pick up on some rain here across Pennsylvania and points nearby. This is all because of this jet stream alignment. We'll take a look at the European model 500 millibar height anomalies, and you'll just watch the regeneration of these troughs of low pressure off to the west, tracking across the central United States with that area of high pressure off to the southeast. So here you go. That area of high pressure to the southeast continues to just deflect these storm systems and keep them regenerating over the central United States. But then you see a couple of those sneaking through and making their way into the Northeast region over at least the next few days here before maybe that ridge expands, keeping us a little bit drier late next week. We'll take a look at the European model precipitation type forecast. I'll go through time here, stopping here on Monday. This is where we see some light precipitation across parts of the Northeast region. We play this out, and I want you to see here as we get into Tuesday, this is when we're watching that large storm system developing here across the central United States. And this will it's maturing off to our west, but the remnants of that will track into the Northeast region as we get into the back part of next week and maybe bringing some shower activity or some thunderstorm activity to the region. But again, heaviest rain going to be certainly across the central U.S., but we'll pick up kind of the scraps here in the Northeast, giving us a near normal precipitation forecast over the next 2 weeks. Here's from the GFS model, just their straight model output showing the total precipitation accumulation forecast all the way through the next week, so taking us into May 24th. And again, spotty in nature because we're going to be dealing with scattered showers and storms here. So obviously the big swath of heavy rain off to the west here in the central and the northern U.S., but as we talk about the Northeast region, certainly opportunities every few days to pick up some showers and storms here. Some places maybe seeing an inch to an inch and a half. Other places maybe even ending up dry or near dry with just a couple of tenths of an inch. If we look at the European model, it's a similar look. The heaviest precipitation off to the central and northern U.S. But as you look over towards the northeast region, certainly some opportunities to pick up some scattered rain and thunderstorm opportunities. Where the heaviest rain falls is just not clear at this point. As you look at both the European and the GFS model, there are disagreements there, and that's because the heaviest rain comes from thunderstorms, which neither of these models do a great job of forecasting days in advance. So that's where we come up with some folks seeing maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Other places maybe seeing nothing to a few tenths of an inch for the next week. We'll just finish up looking at high temperatures for the next 5 days here. Your Friday high temperatures warmest off to the south, where we've got 70s to near 80 degrees from Pennsylvania to New York and Massachusetts. Cooler off to the north. As we jump ahead to, this would be Saturday, and then Sunday, Monday, and then your Tuesday high temperature forecast, keeping it mostly in the 60s and 70s, with the warmest day being Monday with maybe some 80s showing up near the coast. As always, Eric Snodgrass will have an in-depth look at the evolution of the next 1 to 2 weeks in our Monday Morning Ag Forecast video, and I'll have your next Tuesday regional update for you right here on Tuesday. Your next Northeast regional update for you right here midday on Tuesday. Have a great weekend.